Hello and welcome to Beautiful Mind IAS. Several students who want to take psychology as optional in civil service examination are not very sure that what is the nature of the subject. They might have gone through NCERT book and they feel that it is good. So that is a good formula. I have also suggested in my video that yes, you must do. If you read basic book, then definitely it will give you idea that whether you have a real liking and you have aptitude to deal with the subject or not. In order to facilitate their decisions, that and to make them double sure that their decision is right, I'm going to explain the nature of psychology with the help of the topic and what is psychology all about, and I will give you one practical example also that how psychology deal with it. So it will definitely help you to realize that what kind of subject it is and whether it is your cup of tea or not. Okay, let's start. When we talk about psychology, here when we talk about psychology, simply you can say that it is the science of behavior. Science of behavior. And I will explain this thing, that science of behavior means behavior of both human and animal. You will get rational why we study animal behavior. Many of the principles of behavior have been developed with the study on animal as subjects, and they are generalized for human beings also. So I will let you know that why. And nowadays it studies behavior of machine also. For example, AI. So this is also a topic, how machine thinks and how machine try to solve problem. So this is a new development. So when I say behavior, so science of behavior. Get it? So human behavior also, like your behavior, my behavior, others behavior. Animal behavior, many of the behavior, not like the tiger's behavior. Our interest is in human behavior basically. In order to understand human behavior, many of the behavior we cannot control experiment. We cannot do experiment with human subjects, and for that matter we use animal as a subject, and we try to understand the behavior and develop some principles of behavior, and that we try to apply on human also. For example, with the help on the basis of the studies on rat, B.F. Skinner is a psychologist who developed the reinforced response is repeated. Means if a behavior is reinforced, somehow suppose your behavior is reinforced, it is repeated. Subjects were animal, rat. See this. So that behavior apply on rats. Does it apply to human being? Answer is yes. So see this, in animals are very important. And now I have added that now we study behavior of artificial intelligence also, because so come here, I will elaborate that what does it mean in detail. I will let you know that what is this. If I use a mind map kind of thing, so if you take here psychology, this is psychology. Okay, so one term is a scientific study. Scientific study. I'm going to define it. So it is in modern time we say that scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So it is scientific study of what? Behavior. Behavior and mental process, mental processes. Clear? Three terms are there. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. I hope you are getting this point. In order to understand that what psychology is all about, I am going to tell you what is my scientific. When I say scientific, what things comes in your mind? See, scientific means based on evidences. Let me correct this one. Suppose I take this. Okay. So it is said that evidences based. Then say it, if something has evidence, then you can say it is scientific. If you say that human beings are very emotional, can you show this thing, some evidences? In simple terms, say that he has committed this crime. What is the policing system? Show the evidence that that person has committed crime. So evidence based things, be it physics, be it chemistry. When you say that sodium react with hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride, can you show that thing as evidence? Well, yes. So evidence based. Scientific means evidence. Two terms are very clear here. I am just helping you to understand what is the meaning of evidence based. If you go, when you will study this subject, you will go inside. Two philosophy guides this scientific process. One is called empiricism, and other is called rationalism. Empiricism and rationalism, two philosophy. Every ism is a philosophy. So what is empiricism? Empiricism say seeing is believing. If you perceive something with your five sense organs that you have, directly, indirectly, then you can believe. So evidence should be visible through naked eye also. Okay, and sometimes you are not able to see many of the things through naked eye. So use, for example, microscope used to see microorganism. You cannot see through naked eye. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Likewise, if bone is fractured, it may not be visible to your eye, but you are using X-ray. So somehow things should be observable and measurable. Getting? So that is empirical. This is the philosophy of seeing is believing. And second thing is logical. Logic is also a way of examining things, that whether it is valid or not. When I say A is taller than B, B is taller than C, who is the tallest person? Without seeing A or B or C, you can tell that who is the tallest, and that will be correct answer. So logic is also based on this. I hope you have understood this thing. Scientific means you should keep in mind evidence based. Everything should be evidence based. Okay. And rationalism is why? Because logically sometimes what you see may not be true. For example, illusions, mirage and all. So what logic says, that if I see the same thing from all different angles, things should be same, but it is different, and then you are able to correct yourself. So this is a check on empirical validity. Something is true or not, rationalism will also have control over it. And this synthesis has given birth to a method of knowing that is called experimentation. Experimentation is observation under controlled conditions. Okay? We will discuss separately. Here, I hope you have understood the meaning of scientific. Now come forward. Behavior. What do you mean? What is the meaning of behavior? When I say behavior, what things comes in your mind? Any action or reactions. So if you analyze behavior, then you will always find that some stimulus is there in environment and a response comes. So this stimulus response S and R, this pair will be called what? Behavior. Means suppose somebody is calling you and you are paying attention. This is what stimulus is, that somebody is calling your name and you are responding that becomes your behavior. So it's your reaction. Sometimes you may react The stimulus may not be visible to other, but it will always be sensible to you. Then that is why you are reacting to that thing. So behavior is this thing. Driving is a behavior, yes. Walking, singing, crying, sleeping, dreaming, everything is behavior. Means actions or reactions that are observable, behavior. And when I say mental processes, what things comes in your mind? I am explaining so that you could understand what we will be dealing with in psychology. When I say mental processes, we human being have several mental processes. So we also have interest in that thing. You can just, when I say science of behavior, then why mental processes? Because before we behave, we think also. So what kind of processes are there? Things may not be directly visible, but if you have some, we have other methods to judge. For example, suppose when you might have seen this kind of graph that is called, see this thing, ECG or EMG, EEG, electroencephalogram. This is called, beta wave. If this high frequency and low voltage graph shows that you are tense, you are awake, you are active. But if same graph is like that, suppose this is called frequency. Get it? If frequency is low and voltage is high, this is called, maybe that delta wave or other wave. It is what you are relaxed. See how your neurological measure, brain wave measure is neurological measure, is giving idea that what is your mental status. So it is a neurological correlates of your mental processes. So now science is developed, MRI, see this, PET scan, all these things are correlates of your mental processes. Suppose you have in this, in outer layer of the brain is the cortex. So suppose glucose consumption is very high in this area. Suppose you are using, you are reading some verbal thing, and when you are using some visual thing, then in right brain activity is more when you are visual. So here is language, glucose consumption is more, patches is there. If red patches is there, that means this part is consuming glucose more. What it indicates? It indicates that part is actively involved. So we come to know that left brain is basically involved in what? Language processing, language related verbal processing. We have other correlates also, but I am telling you that this way through brain activity we come to know about mental processes. But when we talk about mental processes, it is not just brain activity, it is mind activity, okay? And it comes in two forms. One is called cognitive. What is cognitive mental processes? Question is this. Cognizance means knowing, knowledge. Mental process involved in knowing and understanding something. For example, perception, when you attention, then retention, you retain also, then reasoning, thinking, you are getting, analyzing, all these processes are cognitive processes. Problem solving, well, yes, you try to solve problem mentally at the mental level. Planning, yes. So when I say cognitive process in general, it is a process involved in knowing and understanding. Understanding that you process information also, that something is there, now manipulate that information also, that is called thinking. You reason about that, you make sense of that information. So cognitive processes that involves perception, I need not to write all these things, perception, attention, learning, memory, thinking, all these things are cognitive processes, and then other is non-cognitive. If I erase this part, then I will be able to write more. Getting? Under non-cognitive, you can say motivation, emotion. These things are emotional processes. We think also and we feel also. When we are aware, there is a thinking aspect, and we have feeling aspect also. Feeling aspect means how you feel. One thing is that something you feel that okay, it should be, but from inside you don't feel good. Okay, feeling. So this thing also, motivation, emotions, all these factors are what? Non-cognitive factor. Values. Getting? So many things are there. So I hope you have understood. Now see this thing. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. What do you mean by scientific? What is the meaning of behavior? What is the meaning of mental processes? I hope you have understood this thing. But this could be boring for you because it is a theoretical things. Let me give you one example, then you will be able to understand that what is the meaning of that. See, psychology is used in everyday life. Recently, there was an accident, fatal accident, where the Lucknow-Agra expressway, and there was accident, between one bus and so-called another something. I have made a kind of thing accident. See, if you try to understand that road accidents, let me tell you the data. NHAI say, Nitin Gadkari always in his interview cite this thing, that number of people who die in road accidents, there are some country, and one of the top numbers of accident exist in India, road accident. So how many people die? So this is at the top level, means maximum number of people die in some country including India, maybe at the top. Anyway, so accident rate is very high. What is the reason, and how psychology help you to understand this thing? See, when I say there was accident around 18th May, I'm trying to say this thing. There were very fatal accidents. The whole bus was collided, and there was so many injuries and death. So many. There was inquiry is going on. What happened to that inquiry, I don't know, but it happens in India. But if you ask me that what is the cause of the accident, see, accident is not caused by, there are many things. For example, speed, now we have Volvo car, high speeding cars are there. So this thing is this is because of the you can say technology. Okay, accident is because of see go 40 years back, the speed was not like that. Bullock cart is going in that one, क्या accident hota, So now we have high speeding car. So this could be a reason. Okay. Road. It is expressway. See this thing? You are allowing minimum, max 100 kilometer per hours. Go in the village area, and if you are from village area, you can recall that thing. What was the speed that time? What will be the accident? If 20 kilometer per, how fatal will be the accident? Okay. So the accident is caused by several other factors also. For example, curvature, engineering flaws. Suppose one turning is there, this angle is not proper, so road designing is not. Recently there was a picture in the viral picture that the car was in air because it crossed small breeze and all, but the engineering flaws was that road was not even. See this thing. The minister took some cognizance of this thing and he said that action will be taken. But you have taken one cognizance. How many things are happening? Nobody knows. So where is the psychology? Question is this thing. Psychology is here with this person. Wherever person is there, individual is there, his behavior. Here is the behavior of this. For example, driver. Now try to understand. I can clear also, clean. Let's start. Why this driver? Suppose this driver behavior. What motivates him to drive recklessly? Question is this. So you understand his motive. Okay. Then you understand that suppose he is driving because he has goal to reach by 6 p.m. Delhi. See this? So this goal has been given by the his owner and all, private vehicle. Then he will get rewarded, or at least salary will come and all these things. So this motivation, goal motivates. Okay. But he also knows that, try to understand, and his attitude. Another term I am using here, attitude. Attitudes are how you evaluate something. Means, will police make a difference? Will do challan and all? Oh, manageable. See this thing, I will manage. If over speeding is taking place, police is not doing anything, then is a attitude is that it could be managed. So that is why he is reckless. Speed is there, but who is applying? Who is accelerating? Why is speed is 100 kilometer per hour and he is going 140? See this thing? When I drive on a car on the expressway, it is 100, and then many car comes and take pass, and see this thing? It means your speed is more than 100. Who is taking care of this thing? So driver thinks that I will not be caught. Wait. So motivation is like that. Attitude is like that. Internally, there is no inhibitions. Generally, we have thrilling experience. There is a, you might have seen the thing, speed gives thrills, but it kills. Why this kind of things are there? So this kind of things, wildness is there. We like speed and all, so, but this could result in fatal accident, very fatal accident. Now question is this thing, these two more things have been there, and this driver is having other things. I have given only 2 things, but you can say that thrilling could be because he is drunk. And now suppose he has consumed alcohol and nobody is taking care of this thing. Then the life of the passengers are in the hand of that drunken driver. How cheap is the life in India? See this. No agency is monitoring that thing. Symbolically, there are many systems in place, but how effectively it is working. On expressway, you will see that trucks is going on there. Behind that, there is no backlight and all. So during winter, things are very foggy. What would happen? The over speeding car or trucks or some vehicles will come and enter into that standing truck, and that will result in fatal accident. And that was the explanation of the police, that one truck was holding there and this bus came and collided. So partly things maybe that this driver is not obeying the traffic rule, and partly this kind of things, that whole system is not like that. So this problems here. So this behavior I am talking about, that when psychology is about his behavior. Getting? So only psychology will work in conjunction with other factors. Psychology is a factor. Now you may ask that if this is the situation, then how can things could be improved? Psychology is the science of behavior. If we have knowledge of that thing, can it be improved can we control this kind of things by using psychology? Answer is yes. Let me continue with the same example. Getting? Now suppose there are camera at the Lucknow entry point, that toll booth you can say. And in between also there are speed camera. What happens to this driver when he see the camera is there? Then he deliberately, he or she would slow down, obviously, because what is the psychology here? That when you feel that your behavior is being monitored, you start following norms. In metro also, some people are recklessly going with keeping hand in hand. Suddenly you see there is closed circuit camera. हाथ छोड़ देंगे दोनों आराम से चलने लेंगे. You start following norms. So speed norms is here. So camera. But the moment they cross this level, they start over speeding again. See the human tendency. Camera is that side. Now we are moving that. Again you are reckless. So what could be done this kind of thing? So psychology in conjunction with, you can say, psychology plus technology. How we can use technology? This camera is technology, and how this can influence our psychology. Now see this thing. Here is suppose Agra toll. Okay. This whole stretch is 317 kilometer, and speed limit is how much? Speed limit is 100 kilometer per hour. How much time is there? 3 hours plus some time for 17 kilometer. Getting? Now one person, even now they have placed AI camera here also and here also. What this AI camera does, it it will rely upon so that your entry, suppose you enter at 7 p.m. So obviously here you should exit after 10 p.m. 10 p.m. plus, getting it's a exit should be like that. Then you are following the time difference will be there. The moment, suppose if one crosses at 9:30 p.m. without any logic, see the difference, 9:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. only 2.5 hours he has taken to cross the whole stretch. What would happen? A challan would come for 2,000 to your mobile on your registered number. Immediately challan will go, and then you will see, oh, next time when you are taking your vehicle from Agra to suppose Delhi, what will be your behavior? See here, see here what would happen. This challan will control you, because one principle of motivation says that behavior is influenced by its outcome. Behavioral principle. Behavior is influenced by its outcome. If it is reinforcement, this behavior will be more frequent. If it is punishment is negative thing, reinforcement is positive. If it is punishment, then what would happen? This behavior frequency will go down. So because 2,000 fine is challan is punishment, so your behavior, that behavior will go down, frequency of that behavior will go down. Try to understand how beautifully psychology you are applying to understand with technology and psychology you are using to control human behavior. Getting? And for that matter you need to understand that this principle that is called behavioral principle. Behavioral principle. Getting? In learning you will study. Chapter is learning. Likewise there is chapter motivation, emotion, attitude, personality. Maybe driver's personality is very, some drivers are like very impulsive personality there. That could be a factor. So accident in part is caused by engineering flaws, road flaws, technology, and because of the psychology also. And the same psychology could be used, same technology can be used to control human behavior that may cause some problem. Psychology you can use to analyze and understand, and then the same psychology you could use to control that behavior. With the help of one example, I try to explain that what is psychology all about. If you have interest in psychology, by going through all these things, this way I discuss with applied psychology, then you can think of taking psychology, and you can, if you want to take coaching, then you can join our coaching also. Presently I am giving 2 kind of courses. One is psychology optional coaching live classes in the evening 8:30 onward, 2 hours classes, only 5 days in a week. This is very interactive, and it is good for 2025 mains and 26 onward. So slowly you will understand everything and you will enjoy this thing, and you will be able to ask questions also. Getting? Interactive class. The same class, if you want to take in as a recording, like I will be giving this class to you, then that will cost you less, and that is called recorded course. 2 kind, live online course and recorded course. I give personally, give, and timing is very suitable. Like in live classes, 8:30 evening, from 8:30 to 10:30. So it is good for college going students, working students, everyone. Getting? And apart from the courses, you can add in that, in course you will get printed study material, periodic test, and the classes. So if you have interest in psychology, and if you want some personal mentor who could guide you personally for civil service examination. Particularly psychology is for everything, but if you are specifically preparing on civil service examination, then I will be catering that syllabus. There are 14 chapters in paper 1 and 14 chapter in paper 2. All chapter will be covered by me. Me means Arun Kumar, Beautiful Mind IAS. Remember, presently we are not offering offline classes because of the unusual development at old Rajendra Nagar. We have decided to give in online. Remember, this quality is 100% safe. So I hope I made my point clear, and if you are interested, you can drop the message that is given in the description box, and then come to the main topic. That I hope you have enjoyed this thing. What is psychology all about, and how psychology is used to solve practical problems. And this thing you can say is from unit 1. So we will continue with this kind of things. Okay, thank you.